the anti-crisis efforts and the recession associated with the crisis have produced a significant increase in government debt, especially in the advanced economies. And there's no doubt that in the medium term, these governments are going to have to come to grips with reestablishing fiscal sustainability. Secondly, the Greek situation is a case by itself. Greece has a very high debt level, very high government deficit. Even with a significant fiscal adjustment, the next few years are going to see an increase in debt as a percent of GDP. The Greek case needs to be dealt with, but it is unique in its seriousness right now. Well, first of all, we have to restore growth. Most important, the increase in debt has been due much more to the recession and the crisis in the financial sector than it has been to the discretionary measures of spending and tax cuts that help to boost the economies. As the economies recover, then it will start to be appropriate to withdraw those discretionary measures, but also to lay out a sustainable medium-term strategy for getting the debt back under control. Ensuring that the financial sector makes a fair and substantial contribution to the direct costs of responding to difficulties in that sector. Equivalent to the idea that deposit insurance is typically paid for by a fee levied on banks themselves. So we've examined the options. We presented a confidential paper to the G20 ministers. We've received some feedback and instructions that you can see in their communique to help produce a final paper for the Leaders Summit in June. In responding to the crisis, there was an unprecedented degree of international cooperation and coherence of policies that has produced, we think, a successful result. Now, we've been asked to help support a G20-led process in which this coordination and designed to produce the coherence of policies that will help to both rebalance the global economy while sustaining strong growth is going to be carried forward through a technical process, if you will, of providing analytical input to the leaders and allowing them to have a discussion about how they can mutually improve policies. For these annual meetings, we'll be hopefully coming to some conclusions about the renewal of the fund's mandate, making progress on discussions over quota share and the size of the fund, perhaps making some progress on improving our surveillance activities, possibly making some initiatives or seeing if some initiatives will be approved on new facilities or improving the financial facilities that the fund can provide its members. That will be a very interesting and important annual meeting. Then looking forward to the G20 Leaders Summit in November. First of all, the mutual assessment process. The leaders will have some concrete proposals on the table to discuss. That will be very important. But also, if you saw the G20 communique, they're committed to reaching some kind of reaching agreement for governance reform of the fund by the November summit. So in this fall, the menu of work to be done is going to be a very full one indeed.